Alrighty guys, here we are jumping into the game now. 18 seconds left on the clock before we get this first map in the best of 5 going ahead between the Super Noobs and B Gaming. 10 seconds left here. I'm going to be rolling out with the Super Noobs. Let's take a look at their lineup. They've got NT Lock in the AMX 5100, as is Tangaroy, Lissandra in the IS3, the last in his IS3, and we've got a couple of KV5s as well, Call Me Tenchi and Sunbow. And last but not least, we've got Hien in the T37. Over on the other side though, we have got Bonsai Attack for B Gaming in his AMX 5100, Charlotte Tiger as well, and Taki. Down the bottom there, we've got Shimip in the IS3, Super Hiroshi in the IS3, Karaya in the T32, and Midas in that T37 Tier 6 American Light Scout tank there. So, early on, let's take a look at where the push is going to be coming in. Of course, we've got to be expecting the KV5s to kind of stay behind tanks like the IS3 and use their high profile of the KV5 to shoot over these tanks. So that is really effectively what those KV5s are picked for. They're certainly not picked for their guns. Fairly low penetration and damage for their tier. Can also get a bit of a fun ram in sometimes with the KV5. They're fairly nimble for being a tier 8 heavy tank, and of course have a very heavy mass. So some shots coming across there, and interestingly enough, these KV5s, okay, so just trying to side scrape down here, use their strong side armor to get some shots across on towards that T37. And in the meantime, let's take a look over on the other side. We've got this T37 here, Hien just scouting up the hill, maybe just looking to see if any tanks were pushing. Of course, none were, so that is not going to be the case. Meantime, I've got this AMX 5100 Bonsai Attack there, looking down range, down towards that 1 and 2 line with that heavy French autoloader. Charlotte Tiger here with his AMX 5100, again with the IS3 positioned here as well to defend up that 2 flag, close enough towards that 1 flag that they should be able to rotate if need be. Karaya here in the T32, able to get some shots across onto any other tanks that come in towards that 2 flag. Got a nice hull down position there, exactly what we want to see from the T32. So right now, it's a little bit silent on the streets of Himmelsdorf. No one making a early move just yet. Both teams seemingly just seeing if they can get some picks out, maybe just get some early damage onto each other without sacrificing any hit points themselves. Right now, though, it looks like the rotation is going to be coming through from Super Noobs. We've got the IS3 here, both of the IS3s, Lissandra and the last, going to be pushing up here through the middle. And no one's going to be there to meet them. Of course, we've got B Gaming taking a very defensive position there with their heavy tanks. They are moving them a little bit though. I hear some shots coming out, but it doesn't look like much is hitting anyone. Although Call Me Tenchi's KV5 looks to be slightly damaged onto 77% HP. Some shots coming across there as well. We might be seeing the push coming in fairly soon. We've got 3 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock for Super Noobs to make a move here. So with these heavy tanks, they'd probably want to be making a move fairly shortly. If I was in their situation. Again, interesting that they're not using those KV5s to just kind of, well, they're, I suppose, going for the side scrapes with the KV5s, but obviously that's not working for them because Call Me Tenchi, he's not side scraping that. He's just been taken down by Super Hiroshi. That IS3's gun proving too strong for the KV5's side armor, even when angled. And look at that, the last actually taking a shot from the T37 there as he was passing it, but this is it. We're seeing the battle start for real here, and the last is going to be the first one around. Forced to repair that ammo rack. He's going to be rounding the corner. Drop down to 55, 40, 22% hit points there as NT Lock takes down Super Hiroshi. The last goes down to Karaya there, and the battle is on. So Lissandra here in the IS3 backing up Tangaroy and NT Lock there. They find another one. Great focus fire onto the AMX 5100 of Charlotte Tiger before he can get much damage out. Bonsai Attack, though, in the AMX 5100 takes down Tangaroy's equal tank on the other side. That's going to be another one down for the Super Noobs, so it's looking good for B Gaming. They've still got 4 Tier 8s left. Super Noobs only 2. Only the AMX 5100 and the KV5 down to 29% HP. And T-Lock, he's not long for this world. One more shot's all it's going to take. Taken out there by Tacky. There we have it. And that's actually going to be still 2 tanks remaining for the Super Noobs. They've got Hien around the place, really not going to be able to do too much. KV5 here, Sunbow is playing it safe. Did have his tank, his tracks rather, damaged fairly heavily. Of course, the KV5 really one of those tanks where very easy to damage modules and crew on. One of its many weaknesses, to be fair. And obviously, this KV5's not seemingly paying off at the moment for them, and we can see lots of shots coming in towards Sunbow there again. Dropped down to 24% hit points. AMX 5100s might actually be reloading, but not anymore, as Hien does actually manage to take out his counterpart there in the T37. You've got 1 minute left though, and these guys on the attacking side, that's not going to happen with just one T37 left. So flicking over there to Hien in his T37, not going to be able to do anything, and just going to be rolling around for the remaining 55 seconds of this match. So, overall, taking stock of it, I mean, yeah, those KV5s obviously just not working out for the Super Noobs how they planned. You know, you could see exactly what they wanted to do with them. You know, they wanted to try and side scrape. They set up the 2 in the same position, try and get some shots down range, absorb lots of damage, but seemingly just did not work out for them. So they're either going to have 2 choices. One, weld a bit more armour on towards the KV5 sides, which obviously not going to happen, or pick some different tanks next round, which I, to be honest, am expecting. Particularly since next round they are on the defensive side as well. So I would not mind to see another IS3 and another AMX 5100 coming out of Super Noobs to make it. There we go. Alrighty, so there we have it. It's going to be B Gaming taking out the first one. Go ahead and update the scoreboard there. Okay. So, taking a look at the team score there. Sunbow and the KV5 did actually manage to get 2k damage out there. So, fairly impressive there by him and T-Lock with 1.7k. Tangaroy with 1.4 as well. Over on the other side though, B Gaming dealt 2.2 for Bonsai Attack. Tacky with 2k damage as well. Some good numbers across the board there. So it looks like we're going to be jumping in towards the tank picks now for our next match here of the grand final. And well, they're absolutely flying out. So these teams, they know what they want. And just taking a look at it, we're seeing 1 KV5 coming out from Super Noobs. So, oh, and that's another one. Yeah, I've got to be honest, Super Noobs, not too sure about that one. We'll have to wait and see whether they can, you know, make it work on... Actually, no, they're on the attacking side again. Okay, so that's still slightly better. Definitely don't think the KV5 very viable on the defensive side. But, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Overall, though, looks like so far we've got Super Noobs. They pick themselves... actually, they pick themselves just about everything. Okay, so I'll let everyone know that I'm ready. And we should be good to go. Excellent. There we go. So that's what we like to see here. Very short delays, quick picks. And we're jumping right back into the action. If you're just joining us, I'm Gogo Gadget, and this is the grand final of the Go For What Asia Cup number 6 here between B Gaming and Super Noobs. This is, of course, a best of 5 final. So B Gaming need to win 2 more. Super Noobs need to take this one out, or another 3 after this, to stay in the running and take out this grand final here. I'm going to be rolling out once again with the Super Noobs.
and seeing what they can do here on Himmels. So, looks like at the moment, fairly similar start to what we saw last time. The Super Noobs sending their T-37 up the hill, and going to be doing the same thing seemingly again with the rest of their heavy tanks. And well, if we see a repeat of last time, then we know what's going to happen. B Gaming going to be taking this one out. Looks like B Gaming again sticking with the tried and tested strategy. They've got a slightly different little lineup there from the looks of things. So they have swapped out one IS-3. Actually, no, they had that T-32 last time. I'm actually completely wrong there. Don't mind me. So they've got the same from the looks of things. Again, T-32 very strong on defense here in Himmelsdorf. Well, very strong in defense on just about any map, to be honest, as long as it's not too big. So it looks like we're going to be seeing again KV-5s pushing up, doing the exact same thing as they did last time. They're going to be meeting meeting one IS-3 and one AMX 5100 if they push too far up there. It's Calming Tenchi's just waiting there. Going to be not going to be getting any shots out, but looks like at the moment Sunbow there. The KV-5 track is now down. The track is actually fully tracked. Is he going to repair it? What doesn't look like it. I think AMX 5100, whoever that was, actually just missed a few shots. So that is actually good news for the Super Noobs, because I think that was at least, because he was pre-tracked before that, I think that was at least 4 rounds that surely must have come all out of the AMX 5100 there. So that's actually really good news for Super Noobs if they can capitalise on it. That's an AMX 5100 that's going to be reloading. Right now, though, we can see the T-37 up the top there taking some shots and dishing a couple out from the looks of things. We can see NT Lock here has been dropped down to 93% hit points. But Midas and the T-37 still going to be pretty happy just to dart around the place and not worrying too much about that. We have 4 minutes and 30 seconds left on the scoreboard there. So, B Gaming, of course, not in a rush to move at all. This time, of course, Super Noobs starting off a little bit better. They haven't lost anyone just yet. So, looks like we might be seeing Hien pushing up here to see what he can do against the other T-37 there. And some shots coming across. So, Hien has been spotted. We're going to have a bit of a tier 6 off up the hill on Himmelsdorf here. And with one tier 6 dropped down to 347% HP, I'm going to have to go for Hien in this little engagement here. In the meantime, it doesn't look like anything else much is happening on the other side. But Hien going to be chasing out the T-37. Is he actually going to bank it? He doesn't. I don't think he saw. I'm not sure if he saw the T-37 there, but he must know that Midas has darted down the hill now. So Midas going to be going towards enemy territory here. This is actually a good distraction for B Gaming. I mean, they just need to hold out for another 3 minutes and 15 seconds, and you know, they've got the rounds. So really, what Midas is doing here is actually very smart. Just seeing if he can kind of hide himself. And obviously, now that he's been up on the hill, you know, Super Noobs, they know exactly. Oh no, he's actually just been hit once from the AMX 5100. One more shot's going to take him down. Yeah, there we go. So that is, however, 2 shots down from the AMX 5100 from Tangaroy. So, you know, he's either going to have to reload or go in with 2 shots less in the auto loader. Again, would be great to actually get the proper spectator mode so that we can see how everyone's progress is going. But it looks like Super Noobs, they've said, look, we've got 2 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock, and we're going to have to push in very, very soon. And push in is exactly what they're doing. Some shots coming out on towards that IS-3 there. And the last in his IS-3 dropped down to 73% hit points. And we're seeing the rotation coming in from the rest of the members of B Gaming. as this huge push comes in here. Lissandra is the focus in that IS-3, and actually a bit of fire coming out on towards one of the B Gaming IS-3s. That's going to damage him a lot, and Super Noobs this time, they are the ones with the first few kills, taking Charlotte Tiger and KGRP down. Another one as well as Karaya goes down. Tacky in the AMX 5100 puts one on the board for B Gaming though, but it's looking pretty good for the Super Noobs right here. That was a very strong push from them. They do, however, need to hold out for another 1 minute and 30 seconds. They're still up against 3 tier 8s. They've got 4 tier 8s themselves, so by no means is this over. They need to cap up. They've got 1 minute and 15 seconds to do it. The cap is, of course, going to be starting to get reset from the other members here of B Gaming. They actually need to get a reset very, very soon. And very, very soon. In fact, the cap is probably about 15 seconds left, and we're seeing some tanks pushing in towards here, and they need to get these shots out. The IS-3 here not actually shooting just yet. Oh, those shots, no, the base gets capped up. Great bit of play there from Super Noobs, taking out the base cap in the second match there. There we go. Alrighty, so team score, taking a look at that. Good scores all around. Yeah, 2k damage up on the top scorers for both teams there. And we can see, let's take a look over on the IS-3. Super Hiroshi there. I managed to ding 1 shot or maybe 3 shots of the T-37. And 300 damage blocked. Alrighty. So definitely looking good for Super Noobs after that one, to be honest. What we might do, looks like the guys just thinking about their next tank picks. Might even just jump off to a quick little break, guys. And after this, we'll bring you the third match in the best of 5 here in the grand final of Go For It Asia Cup number 6 between Super Noobs and B Gaming. Don't go anywhere. Alrighty guys, here we are jumping into the next match. 3 seconds left before we get this one underway. The teams have switched sides, of course, and that means that the Super Noobs are going to be the ones doing the defending here against B Gaming here on Himmelsdorf. So, you've got the Super Noobs rolling out with a fairly standard lineup. Only difference is they're taking 2 ISs to those Tier 7 Russian heavies into battle here instead of one Tier 8 and one Tier 6. So certainly not uncommon here on Himmelsdorf either. But right now on the opposing side, B Gaming, they are going a little bit vanilla as well with 2 AMX 5100s, 3 IS3s, 1 T32 and the T37. So I don't think much has changed there in the B Gaming lineup. And it looks like B Gaming actually spreading themselves out a little bit here as well. Just taking a look at the minimap, we've got Midas here, who is positioned fairly aggressively, just looking to make some spots from the looks of things. They've got the rest of them really kind of dispersed out around the place. As in the meantime, we've got Charlotte Tiger here, trying to get some shots, and actually does manage to land one onto Lysandra there, so he's going to empty his auto-loader's clip. Manages to find one. Got to be fairly happy with that one. So, over on the other side though, let's take a look. Some more shots coming out actually, and we can see Taki here as well, actually managing to deal a fair amount of damage over there onto one of the Super Noobs. So another shot hitting Hien, dropping down to 52% hit points there, so already we're seeing those AMX 5100s from B Gaming really put to use. So, flicking over now towards the Super Noobs lineup. Oh, it looks like they might actually be reacting here. They know, of course, that one of the AMX 5100s is up on the hill and will need to retreat to come back. Are they? And they're actually going hell for leather from the looks of things. Komitenchi actually blocking his teammate there, Tangeroy, but you're not going to be too concerned about that. And Super Noobs, it looks like they've actually fully committed to this push right here, and they're actually going to be getting the IS3, the last to go in first right there. And as they know that the AMX 5100s cannot have too many shots left in the autoloaders, or are retreating at the moment, so this could be a really clutch play coming out from Super Noobs. Let's have a look and see how it turns out. Right now the IS3 that is the target just took 1k damage in a volley, finished off there by Tangeroy. In the meantime, one of the ISs goes down. We can see Lysandra here in a lot of trouble in the IS3. Going to be poking out. No, actually not poking out at the moment as Super Noobs find themselves another Tier 8 right here. We've got Lysandra. Oh, just ricochets on that IS3. That is a costly one right now. Those Super Noobs were looking good, but the AMXs might actually have to reload fairly soon as Charlotte Tiger takes down the last, and the T32 Sun Bao is actually nowhere to be seen. So what looked to be a potentially great idea coming out of the Super Noobs there looks to have maybe backfired, as B Gaming have reacted accordingly and just taken out another couple of their Tier 8 tanks. And right now NT-Lock, I'm not too sure if he has any shells left, but we're going to find out soon enough, and it looks like no, he does not. So obviously reloading that autoloader at the moment and going to be paying for it in the meantime. Dropped down to 7% hit points. One more shot. There we go. Taken down. So looking really good for B Gaming. They still have 3 minutes to play with on the scoreboard there. We can see KGRP, Nipper doing some work there onto the opposing IS3. One more shot's all it's going to take, and that will mean that Super Noobs only have 1 tank left after Lysandra goes down there. There we go. So Sun Bao right here, last man standing for the Super Noobs, and I do not think he's going to be standing for much longer. Certainly not, doesn't have the ability to run away in the T32. And one more shot here. There we go. Does it. So, B Gaming taking that one out. Very well played round there by B Gaming.
taking a look at the team score there. And, yeah, wow, attacking with 2k damage. 1.7 for Karaya and KGRP. So, overall, very good numbers on the B Gaming side. So, they have definitely got to be happy about that. And that means that if they manage to take out the next one, then it is going to be their grand final. So, definitely going to be fighting it out for that one. Alrighty, so right now, guys, what we might even do is jump off to a quick little break. After this, of course, we'll be bringing you Super Noobs versus B Gaming, the fourth and potentially final match between them. If not, we'll be going to a third. For now, though, don't go anywhere. Alrighty guys, welcome back. Here we are loading into the fourth game in the grand final here between Super Noobs and B Gaming. I'm going to be rolling out with the Super Noobs here to see if they can stay in it, they can clinch this game and draw the grand final out to a fifth, or whether B Gaming on the attack are going to be able to take out another one against them. So far it's looking like we're seeing some very similar picks across the board for both teams right now. And the Super Noobs look to be moving out in towards some standard defensive positions. Flicking over, of course, to the B Gaming guys. We can see the T37 here, Midas, going to be heading up on towards the hill with that AMX 5100 to see if he can make something happen there. Make some magic happen. So that is actually the rest of the team, the rest of B Gaming, moving out throughout the city there. And again, seeing if they can get some early shots down this two line with the AMX 5100 and the IS3 helping out. In the meantime, we have got Charlotte Tiger here. Ooh, actually just almost took a shot. That was a very, very close one. Going to see if it can do battle against the IS3 there. Not quite able to. But right now, focusing on towards Hien there in his IS3. Let's take a look, see if he can hit this one. Not quite, not quite. But IS3 is definitely hittable at the moment, if that's a word. But Charlotte Tiger going to be emptying his clip. And just generally seeing if he can get any shots out there. So right now we're not seeing any pushes coming out from the Super Noobs just yet, like we saw early on in last round, but so far this is playing out like a fairly standard Himmelsdorf game, and it is good to see that that T37 there, Midas, is, oh, if we can flick to him, is in a fairly good position. So just knows exactly where you can get the scout happening. So you might have just seen the T32 there as well, so not looking too bad. Over here though, Karaya in the T32 of B Gaming, going to be pushing up here, looking towards a three line potentially to make a push happen. So we're going to have to wait and see whether they can make this one stick on the Super Noob side. And by now, of course, it looks like the AMX 5100 is probably reloaded, and that is one thing that, you know, if we remember back towards the last game, the Super Noobs, they were actually able to get a fairly good head start, I suppose, on the battle between them and B Gaming, because they kind of tried to capitalise on that AMX 5100 up on the hill, who was not in position, was not able to reload. What they forgot, of course, was that they had one of their own, the T32, last game as well, who was not really able to get there fast enough and contribute. Right now, though, we're seeing the push, and oh, that's actually a rep on the tracks. That means that B Gaming right here, they mean business, and they're going to be pushing right up. Oh, nice ricochet coming there on towards the T32, on towards Karaya, and Hien here. Hien is not going to be a happy camper as he's dropped down to 55% HP, so lots of shots coming across on towards these other guys. So look at that, as, wow, the first kill actually goes on towards the Super Noobs. Look at that. And, oh, some damage repaired up there from this T32, from Karaya. But that is some very nice defensive positioning there. It is going to be one apiece in terms of tier 8 tanks at the moment. The T32 Karaya damaged quite heavily, and that is going to be Komi in his IS taking down KGRP in the IS3 right there. As we've got NT Lock taking down Super Hiroshi's IS3 as well. So it is looking good for Super Noobs at the moment. They have taken down 3 tier 8s and only lost 1 so far. The rest of them, though, are fairly well down. Some of them are fairly well damaged. Some of them, Komi Tenchi, still on 100%. We've got Tangaroy still also on 100%. So very hard to call at the moment, but early on, looking good here for, yeah, looking good for the Super Noobs. So it's going to take some very clever play from B Gaming to get out of this one. And it looks like Charlotte Tiger probably going to be reloading there. Okay, so smart move there. Charlotte Tiger is going to be able to reload. So really, B Gaming, they need to maintain their tier 8s. As I say that, though, one of them goes down right after that. So right now we've got Oh, yeah, those tanks not really on low enough hit points to actually help out enough. And we can see here, Bonsai attack, he's going to be made short work of when the rest of the Super Noobs collapse onto him. 5 for 1, 6 for 1 at the moment. It is a bit of a slaughter. Charlotte Tiger now is left, but really not going to be able to do anything. And again, this grand final is going every which way here between the Super Noobs and B Gaming. So looks like Charlotte Tiger though is going to be darting out towards that one flag. Of course, not much else that he can do. I mean, really at the moment, got no chance with the limited clip of the AMX 5100 of taking out all of the remaining tanks on the Super Noob side, of which there are 6 at the moment. So just kind of playing for time, playing for a bit of style points if he can manage to not die, maybe even get himself another kill if he's lucky, but I do not think that is going to be happening too soon at all. So, Super Noobs taking out that one. That means that we will be going to our 5th map, a different map, which will of course be the decider between these two teams. So right now, actually, Charlotte Tiger might be able to take out the AMX 5100 there. One more shot onto NT Lock. All he needs. There we go. Look at that. So Charlotte Tiger at least gets one. Can't be too displeased with that one. Probably going to drop out now and die. There we go. One more shot's all it's going to take from Tangeroy. That is it. As he explodes. So he goes down. Let's take a look at the battle results. And Tangeroy up the top there in the AMX 5100, 2.9k damage, very impressive. Bonsai attack though for B Gaming did manage to really get some damage out as well, so can't be too displeased with that. But right now it is going to be coming down towards the decider. So just while we get the decider sorted out, guys, do not go anywhere. Going to be going off to another quick little break between games 4 and 5 here of the grand final of Go For What ESL Asia Cup number 6. We'll be back very soon.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Alrighty guys, welcome back. Here we are, just about to jump into the final game of today's final in the ESL Asia Go For What Cup number 6. I'm Gogo Gadget, and we've got 20 seconds left on the countdown clock before we get this one started off. It is of course the Super Noobs taking on the B Gaming. If you just tuned in, I'm going to be rolling out with the Super Noobs, and we are doing battle on Cliff to finish things off. So it is sure to be an explosive, fast-paced finish to the grand final this time around. We've got, let's go ahead and quickly run through the teams and their lineups. 3 RU251s on the Super Noobs side. They've got themselves 2 T54 LTs and 2 M41 Bulldogs, opting for the Bulldogs instead of another Tier 8 and a Tier 6. Over on the B Gaming side, it's a similar story, although they have 3 T54 LTs, 1 RU251 and 1 T49 with the big derp cannon there, that American Light. So I'm sure Bonsai Attack will be looking to live up to his name there, and hopefully we'll be seeing some big shots coming out of him. Early on though, both of these teams heading towards some fairly similar locations. It looks like actually B Gaming going a little bit different there. So they are actually sending some of their tanks to guard up that 2 flag, interestingly enough, which is good to see. Right now, Bonsai attacking the T49 is maybe trying to get up this hill, but can't seem to. But let's actually have a flick over towards the attacking team. They're all pushing in right now. It's going to be Tangaroy getting across first, and he might be spotted out fairly soon right now as he's actually poking up there and not seen by anyone. Could be ducking right back down again. So, oh, there we go. That's 134. Wasn't even a direct hit there. And suddenly, NT Lock and the Bulldog is being focus fired down, dropped down to 32% hit points right off the bat. And another shot actually puts the last on fire. Managed just to put that one out though, as we've got, or Tangaroy's gunner does manage to get the repair happening there. The first kill of the match though is going to be Komi Tenchi taking down the T49. That could be big for the Super Noobs here. And we've got the Super Noobs still pressing on with the attack. And it's a bit of a two-pronged attack right here coming up from the 9 line and the 5 line, and it's obviously working out fairly well for them right now as the T54 LT is the next focus. Dropped down to 86 health, dropped down to 0 by Tangaroy, and another T54 LT is gonna be the next point of attack there from the rest of the Super Noobs. These tanks are melting like a hot knife through butter. But that is certainly not what Super Noobs want not what B Gaming want right here. They've only got 3 tanks left. It is 2-2 apiece, and right now B Gaming, it's almost all said and done. Yep, Midas manages to take out here in his Bulldog, but really with 6 of their 7 tanks left, the Super Noobs, they have got this one in the bag for the grand final here. We've got 4 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock. They've got plenty of time left, and they look at that perfect bit of play there. They've sent some of their tanks to cap up just to be safe. The rest of them to eliminate the remaining members of the B Gaming lineup. So overall, some very good plays by the Super Noobs here. They've definitely deserved this win. You know, started off a little bit on the back foot, but really have clawed it back to deserve it. So here we are. We've just got the last tank, the M41 Bulldog here on 641 HP. Oh no, Sunbow actually missed that one. His RU251. Oh, tries for the Ram as well. Can't quite get it. But that shot hits there. One more shot might be enough to do him. But one thing's for sure, Midas. There we go. 2 more shots, in fact. So Midas is going to be the last one to fall there, the last managing to pick up that kill to end out the game and let Super Noobs take out the win. So there we have it. That is going to be the Super Noobs. And yeah, the Dead Zone saying in chat there,